Okay, so now Tower of Dawn.
So I didn't take nearly as many notes because there wasn't as much happening in Tower of Dawn. There's like some major events, but it definitely feels more like, you know how we start the story with Throne of Glass or Crown of Midnight, where it's just kind of like, okay, now there's this thing that's happening, then we don't know what it is, and they're kind of in that situation because them being in the Southern Continent are just now seeing
everything,
some of the stuff that's been coming up for a while.
Yeah.
So first thing,
Kale can't walk.
Kale and Nezrin are on their way to the Southern Continent.
And we meet the Kakin. What are they called?
To get with the Kagan.
Kagan can't even say it.
To see if they can get some assistance in the upcoming battle, as well as Kale's going there to visit the Torre Chesme to get healed. So he can walk again. So
wait, hold on, pause. This is why you read Assassin's Blade first. Because Ansel and Queen, what did we just read? Emperor Storms. That's why I'm like, this bitch showed up and threw the book. Had you have not known, you would have been like, who's Ansel? Read the book. Now they're going to find the healer.
Yes.
The same healer from Assassin's Blade.
Yes. Irene.
Yes.
So, in Assassin's Blade,
read Assassin's Blade
Irene
first.
Met Selena at the time and got some basic defensive techniques from her, as well as got some money so that she could go down to the Torre Chesme and get training to be a healer. That's what she wanted. That's all she wanted. So Aileen helped that happen.
And now it all comes together.
Ooh. So
together.
Kale.
Read Assassin's Blade first.
So Nezrin is from the Southern Continent.
Yes, she is.
So it's kind of like a homecoming.
Is that Antica?
Antica.
Yeah, there you go.
So it's kind of a homecoming for her. There's a lot of traditions that she's teaching Kale about while he's there, even though he's supposed to be some sort of emissary. He
doesn't know much.
He's not acting very emissary because when they show up,
there's white flags and nobody notices. And I'm like, bro.
And Nezrin's like, ooh. Yeah, so like the Kagan's daughter, one of their youngest daughters,
died.
Yes, passed away under suspicious circumstances.
They say she committed suicide and jumped out the window, but they don't believe that, but they don't know.
And then here Kale is asking for assistance on this war, and they're like, we are in mourning. Can you chill?
Yeah.
So it's very awkward. So they allow him to stay there, and then
while he gets
healing treatment, and he's shocked that it's free, that everything is free. So he's like, "What?" So, and this is how he meets Irene.
Yes. And Irene doesn't want to help him.
Yeah.
At first, because
he is a son of Otterlin.
Yes, that's right, and they got rid of all the healers and all that nonsense. Yes.
Stop doing that. They want to see your face.
Hello.
So,
so she's reluctant to help him, but this is like her last task before she's released from the Torre too, because
so the Hafiza, which is the
head of the healers or whatever.
Yeah, she's basically like, so you're going to be on a battlefield. There's going to be people fighting for Otterlin, and you're not going to help them.
Yeah.
So this is a test for her to kind of help Irene overcome her own biases so that she can actually be an effective healer.
Yeah.
In the war to come. So, and that was her thing. So she's been there for a couple of years. I think she's been there 2 years, and then
yes,
she's ready to go back and do work in the upcoming war. Like the reason why she's leaving the Torre Chesme, because she was supposed to be like the healer on high, like the next heir apparent to the healer
she's going to be the next in line, and then
but she decided that she'd rather go help in the war.
Right, that's what she wants to do. That's her thing she wants to do. So she starts helping Kale, and she's able to, I mean, by the end, not by the end, but halfway through, he's moving his toes, he's moving his legs, he's moving his fingers, and
his fingers were always
he could always do all that, and he could always move his man parts apparently. That was like a big thing.
Well, no, it's so I guess there's an undercurrent of like her trying to embarrass him, and then him being embarrassed,
and
then being upset about it. So like, yes, he asked about like
she's like, "This your manhood still working?" He's like, "What does it have to do with it?" She goes, "I just need to know."
like what's working, what's not working.
Yeah.
And he says, "Yes, it works." And then it's like, "Have you been able to like
do it
to completion?"
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, "I'm not answering that." And he's like, "No."
Yeah, then that's a no for me.
That's a no then.
Yeah, so his feet. So then she figures
Yeah.
out how for him to ride because she's healed spinal injuries before, but this is different because it was done by
It's a magical.
yeah, it's a magical wound,
Yeah.
not like he just fell off the horse or
yeah. But there's other people in that city that have been healed by healers that have had like appendages missing or something like that. So
it looks good. It looks like she's gonna be able to do it, but then they run into problems because it is a magical wound.
Yeah, yeah.
And she has to get it through his thick skull. That it's also a mental issue, not just a physical issue.
Mm-hmm.
And I love their banter back and forth, where she's like,
"Well, I just like that she's putting him in his place because Kale's always been obnoxious to me.
Yeah,
somebody needs to talk to him like he's a small child
because he is a small child."
Worst.
But then we still have that weird like relationship between him and Nezrin, which is just like they're friends with benefits, but not really,
right?
But really, but not really. You're just like, eh.
So at the end of Queen of Shadows, it's kind of like led to believe that they would continue their relationship there, but almost immediately it's like
a no.
She's going her own way. Mm-hmm. He's going
because she's going with Sardak, which is Sartak. What?
Sartak.
Whatever. Him. He's the one of the Coggin sons.
So he's the captain of the Rooks. The Rook Army.
He's like, yeah, but he's one of the sons of the Coggin.
One of the sons of the
So how they do things over there is just because you're the firstborn doesn't mean you're next in line. Like the dad has to pick which one of his children is going to be next in line. So just because you're firstborn doesn't mean you get it.
Yeah.
And he's the one that doesn't want it at all. He's just like, I could care less.
Yeah.
I love that about him. Mm-hmm. He was just like, I don't care. Leave me alone.
He's also like the coolest. Like he flies.
Like he wants
on
to
like
be
a griffin kind of thing.
Yeah, he wants to be with his rook because not all of them could do that. Only certain people can do that, right? Like he's the only one of the children that does that.
Yeah, he's the only one who flies the rooks. Yeah, of the kids.
It's so cute.
Of the kids. But he has like his hearth mother, his hearth sister. And,
yeah,
like his own little family in the sky.
Yeah, he's kind of just like his own person. Okay, so what happens? A lot happens.
Not a ton. Again, it's just
you got Falcon.
So we have a lot of character introduction in this one. So we meet all of the Kagan's family. Hagen. We figure out about like a little bit about their history. Nezrin's having feelings about being back home in the southern continent.
Right. And she can sing apparently like an angel. What? This is right, can't she? She just
apparently.
Yeah, she has the voice of an angel. I don't know.
Yeah, so
can't think. So Nezrin eventually goes. Let's just go off on the Nezrin side.
So again, like the reason why this gave me a lot of like Throne of Glass vibes is because at one point there's like blog princes that are like in the library in Rifthold, or whatever, and Aylin's like trying to suss it out, and it's the same thing.
They're trying to figure it out.
Irene's going through the same kind of situation, so she's in the library, and there's like a dead priestess, and she goes and alerts people, and then the guards come in, and they're like, "What killed her?" And like it's kind of those things. So it's a little bit of them going through the same things that Aylin has already experienced, as well as them finding out like the danger that both the southern continent is in, as well as the northern continent.
Right.
So that's kind of like the subplot to Irene fixing Kale's back.
Yeah.
They're getting closer.
They're getting closer to fix it, and then Sardak and So Sardak is gonna go fly back home with the Rukin.
So he's checking on the Rukins because there's been
somebody still in the baby Rukins.
Yeah, from the nests. There's been some raiding. So
Nezrin goes with them, and because she's like, I'm going, screw it. Like, yeah, and then see what I can find out there, and then when she's out there, they find Falcon, right? Falcon's the other shifter.
The shifter. So, which is also a throwback to Assassin's Blade.
Mm.
He was
the one that got the spider silk.
Yeah, so he sold 20 years of his life for spider silk. So even though he's like in his 30s, he looks like he's in his 50s.
But he wants to go. He heard that if you kill the spider, then he'll get his years back. Right? That's what he believes.
Mm-hmm.
And we find out the spiders are the ones that are taking the baby
Queen.
roots. Right?
Yes.
So they're gonna go and deal with that.
Yes. So yes, that's correct.
And Nesrin's like scared about going, but she goes, and then she shows off with her arrows.
Like, I'm super fancy.
And then they stay there longer because she's teaching them all how to use their arrows better, right? And I'm just like,
that's why.
That's why.
Yeah,
that's
there. Why. She's just hanging out. That's
the
only reason. She
loves her, so they love each other.
Sartak.
So they end up loving each other. But the line of "I knew I loved you before I met you," I was like, "Oh, blah." Blah. I was just
Hateful.
Like, no. I was like, oh, boo-hoo. No, you didn't. What if she ended up looking like a 30-pound troll? Would you have still loved her? No.
Maybe.
No, he wouldn't have.
He says, just, like, I've heard about you. I just didn't know you'd be so beautiful. And she's like,
so if she was ugly, because he says right here, I loved you before I met you.
Yes,
he didn't know what she looked like.
Before he was going to die.
So what if he met her?
He was having feelings.
And she had like a third eye. Would he have still loved her then?
Maybe.
No, he wouldn't have.
Maybe.
No, he wouldn't.
You don't know.
I do know, and it's a no. Okay, so they get the spiders. They get to the spiders. And what are the spiders? The spiders are like kings, queens. They're something. They're vlog. No, they're not. They're kings. They're queens. They're vlog.
They're basically like vlog.
Because they are waiting
and they're waiting for their queen, which we find out is
Maeve.
And Maeve also
is a vlog queen.
Yes, who?
I don't know.
So she tricked the entire continent, the entire world, thinking that
she's a fairy.
That she was Fae, and that she was a sister of Mala and
Mahuhu, whatever her name was.
Oh my god.
What is her name?
Okay, so they go and
spiders.
So Nesrin and Sartak, they go and they try to find out what's happening with the nests, right?
Right.
In the meantime, Kale and Irene
are just being lovey-dovey, and they're trying to heal.
They go to a birthday party in the desert.
Yeah, and that was before they were doing the opiate den. That was before Nesrin even left. Okay,
I was like, that just wasn't.
It was just a lot of filler. They end up going to the desert.
This is where they
for her birthday, and they do it in sand. His legs are kind of working, right?
They don't do it in the sand. They in bed.
They do it in the desert.
They do it in the desert.
And are his legs working? He's not walking yet, right?
No, he is,
but not really. He has like, does he have crutches?
Yeah, he's kind of unsteady on his feet. But
okay, whatever.
He's kind of walking.
They do it, and
then they're like, oh, we got an idea, and then they head back home.
Head back home on the horse,
ahead of everybody else.
Right.
And then during this time, Sartak is fighting for his life because he just got like kidnapped by the Karen Queen, one of the spiders.
Yeah, and then
there was a cave in. They actually set a trap for them. He gets taken, and then Falcon and Nesrin have to go back and get him.
And then go back. Falcon is a shifter, we find out, and he is Lysandra's uncle
or cousin, but they're related.
Whatever, they're related. Of course, the only two shifters in the book are related.
Because it's very rare
for shifters to exist.
Yes.
Whatever, they're related.
And not to like he had a story about like how
there's a whole story, but it's Tower of Dawn. So
uncle's brother, cousin, something or other, like had a relationship with this woman. Mm-hmm. Then by the time she found her, like she had already sold her. Then he spent all this time looking for her. Like it's actually kind of sweet.
It's kind of sweet, but not really. So Falcon's there, and he shifts into didn't he shift into something? He was like in her pocket the whole time or something, wasn't he?
A mouse or something, because like he chews through their binding.
Yes, and then they get free, so everybody's free, and Sartak and Nesrin have to go back to the Torre to tell them what happened, right?
You're forgetting like a huge chunk.
What am I forgetting now?
So like they were rescued. The reason why they got free was because they distracted the spiders before they ate them, before they got eaten,
Yeah.
because Borte and her betrothed showed up with 20 rooks. So they went
Oh
to go
yeah,
fight the
that's right.
rooks,
Borte.
and then that's whenever Falcon freed them, and
Yeah.
they were able to escape.
They all they all ended up going back to the Torre. They all got free. Everybody's safe for now, and they all go back. Kale and Irene are back as well because they have information. So everybody's communicating what's happening, right? Kind of.
Sort of.
But then who gets possessed?
Duva was possessed.
Again.
The whole time.
The whole time?
The whole time. Ever since her wedding. The ring was one of the ring.
So do we find out that Duva is...
Duva was the one who killed her sister.
Because she found out. Right?
Yes.
And she pushed out the window, but they made it seem like a suicide.
Yes.
Even though everybody knew it wasn't. Yes. Duva's the one that was pregnant, right?
Yes.
So then Kale gets his back broken. I'm sorry, he gets his back broken again. I was like, poor thing. Like, I feel bad for him. But at the same time, I'm like, he can't catch a break either.
So he's actually mortally wounded.
Now, yeah, like he's bad. I laughed because I'm like, poor thing can't catch a break, and it's the character we hate, and at the same time I'm like, I don't feel bad, but I do, like, because like he can't catch a break. It's like he's like, I can walk, and I was able to have sex with the girl I love, and you're almost dead. Like, bro, god damn it.
Yeah, so they find out like the person who's actually possessed by the Volg is Duva. Mm-hmm. They fight Duva, Hafiza, Irene and Kale all fight Duva. Duva ends up surviving. They're able, like, between Hafiza and Irene, they're able to banish or kill the Volg.
They're able, to get rid of it, and that's when she could realize she could do that.
Yeah, so they save Duva. Kale is mortally wounded, so in order to save Kale, Irene binds her life to his.
Yeah.
So.
And had they not just done it, she probably wouldn't have. Like, I was like, really? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And I still don't get how that's going to work out, but whatever.
So basically, like, anytime she's, like, overexerting herself,
he loses.
Her power is basically helping him walk.
Right. Like, she's purposely giving him all her power. So
whenever her power is drained, he'll...
Yeah, but, like, if her whole purpose is to go out into the field and heal people, her power is constantly going to be drained. So he's constantly not going to be able to walk.
I mean, during the war, but like,
yeah.
So, again, they're going to figure out ways around it.
Yeah,
so it's fine.
It's kind of like how Lorcan would like help Elid's foot, like he would like shoot a little power to her foot so it wouldn't hurt so much, kind of that. Sort of. But like on a grander scale because it's like his whole body.
Yeah.
But if she dies, then he dies, right?
Yeah.
But if he dies, she don't die because he's not helping her, right?
I don't know. Their lives are intertwined.
So they're like blood oath to each other? Not blood oath, but more than that, I guess.
I think if either one of them dies, they'll both die. Yeah. I think it works both ways. Don't call me.
I don't like that.
Yeah, so she binds her life to his.
So that he survives. He survives.
He's able to walk.
So he's like so he's back to normal because of her.
Yeah.
Whatever. I didn't really care for that part.
So then, because
she saved the daughter,
the princess,
the Coggin is like, what is it?
Coggin's
like, what do you want? And she's like, I need ships and healers because we're going to war, and then the rooks go too.
Yes,
that is Tower of Dawn. Yes. Yeah, I mean, essentially, that's what it is. I mean, it's nothing out of the ordinary, like nothing crazy like Empire Storms, where all kinds of crazy stuff happen.
The big reveal is about Maeve.
Maeve
being the
queen.
Volg queen, and her having actually tricked the entire world into thinking she was one of the two sisters, and thinking that there was a third.
And there's not.
But
that was the main thing. And Kale can walk, and he's bonded. And him and Irene get married on the boat, right?
They get married.
I mean, they have to. I mean, I would be like, I gave you. We need to get married. I mean, I would assume they would get married because they're whatever. And Nezrin has her own rook, right?
Yeah. So one of the things that happened that we skipped over was after they get before they go on this like little adventure. There's a rook that's like unclaimed. I believe the rider passed away, and they haven't picked another rider. The rooks pick the rider.
Kind of like a dragon picks its rider.
Oh my god. And then
he picked her.
well, we find that out after the fact. But yeah, so like after they come back,
Yeah, she's got. So now
they got
everybody's flying.
they
So
got a
they're where are
thousand
they
roofs.
going? They're going to
Terracing,
Rifthold or Terracin?
terracing. They know Rifthold is sacked,
Oh yeah.
so they got to go meet up with the rest of the armies.
Oh, and we skipped over my favorite part of this book. Freaking Kale.
What?
Tell me where. What is it? Kale. He's like, I need. What's her name? Irene's like, I need to know where Aelin is. I need to know where Aelin is so I can tell what's her name to get off my back. Well, and then here's Kale. I'm gonna think of the one place she'll never go. Oh, Skulls Bay. And where the hell are they? It's Skulls Bay.
Yeah.
He's so damn stupid.
I just
he's stupid.
The only reason why he's okay with Aelin at all is because of the influence of other people. It's like he never like the same thing in Queen and Shadow.
He can't think for him own
same thing with exactly. It's like I'm gonna forgive her based on the accolades of other people, like not my own opinion, not because she treated me well and treated me with respect, but because of everybody else. And
I still want to know how he's going to react to Dorian being with the witch. I want to know that. I want to see his face when he's like, bitch, what?
I think one of the main things, though, that we skipped over that is very important is that Nesrin gets a proposal.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
She gets proposed to.
Yeah.
Oh. They'll get married. They're going to live happily ever after. Oh, and he becomes the heir.
Yes.
Because he's the one, because he pretty much went up to the dad and was like,
I'm gonna marry
this girl whether you like it or not, and I don't want to be king, and I'm taking the rooks for going to war. Bye. And he's like, oh, you could be heir now because
you've earned it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yay. Okay, so here's my predictions for the next book.
Wait.
Oh, are we done? What have we missed?
Okay, so the canon events. Aelin and Rowan.
They're married. She is all mutilated.
They're separated.
They're all she's all mutilated. All her tattoos are gone. He put salt in his wounds though whenever she clawed him when they were doing it.
Because she marked him.
Yeah. You remember. Quit making that face at me. That happened. Dorian and Manon love it. Needed to happen, but I don't want to love it too much because when I love things too much they mess up. So I love them.
They are great.
Lysandra and Adian. I hope she kicks him to the curb.
I think she could do better.
She can, but I don't think she will. She's gonna stay with him. She probably will. And then Nesrin and Sartak. They will live happily ever after.
Sartak is like one of my favorites.
They will live happy. I've always liked Nesrin though.
Yeah.
Except for when she was with Kale. It's like you're making a bad decision.
She could do better.
You could do better, and she did. And then Kale, she could do better. Irene could do better, but whatever. Elita and Lorcan, I love them together. They're mad at it, but she'll get over it. I'm sure she will, because that's her boo. I think they'll get over it.
Okay, so what are your predictions for your Kingdom of Ash?
So I feel like
away.
Hold on. I need to because I can't. You wrote so small. Okay.
I feel want there to be more papers?
No. I feel like what is this? These 6 couples will stay together.
Okay.
I feel like they're all gonna get back together.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's gonna be fine,
okay.
And everybody's gonna live happily ever after by the end.
Okay.
Some people need to die, and I feel like just because it's war, people die, right? So I feel like these are my predictions. Either Fenris, Gabriel, or Fenris's brother, one of them 3 fools has to die. If not all 3. No, 3 is too much. I don't know. Maybe Gabriel will die just because Adian's been mean to him, and maybe that's the push we need for Adian to like get his shit together. But who knows? One of the twins will die. I don't think Fenris will ever get free from Maeve, so maybe he kills himself or something. Blah blah blah. The 13, I don't know. I don't know if the homies are gonna make it. Or at least one. I think our Astrid's gonna die. Somebody's gonna die because they mentioned that thing where they like blow themselves up.
The yielding.
Yeah, I feel like at least one of them is gonna do that because something's gonna happen, and that's because what if not? Why else mention it? Because it hasn't been used yet. So stop looking at it that way. I think somebody is gonna use it. I don't think they're dumb enough to all 13 do it at the same time. That would be so traumatic. I think just one. Why are you making a
It's
face?
a bird.
Whatever. Okay, so them. I'm trying to think who else is there. I think that's it, really. That can be. Those are like people that are expendable, and it would like push the story along. Yeah, the grandma has to die. I don't like the grandma.
Grandma's gotta go.
Yeah,
Did they
but
find the Kraken Queens?
I think they will.
Or the
And
Kraken
the
witches?
skull and the pirate
Rolf?
Rolf will find his hidden people. And I don't think he'll die because we need someone to rule Skull's Bay when it's all said and done. And Lysandra will go back to her little piece of land, but she won't stay there permanently because she's got to be near Adian and Terracin because, yeah. And then Rowan and what's her name will settle and they'll have babies. Elite and Lorcan. Elite will go back to Perth, and Lorcan will go too because she promised him that he could go there.
Why do you think they're gonna end up together?
Elite and Lorcan?
Mm-hmm.
Why not?
Well, I mean, they don't have the same lifespan.
I know.
She
So
she is just immortal. She won't
I thought she had some witch in her.
Yeah, like a drop.
Maybe that drop will be all she needs. I don't know, but I think it's very funny that Lorcan fell in love with the lead because she's immortal, and that was the shit that he was giving Rowan for falling in love with Aelin. But I think they will. I think they will at least live out her lifespan, or maybe he'll trade with somebody and make himself mortal, and that way they can grow old together. No, is that too much?
Look at you sap.
They're cute. So who's mortal besides the lead? That's it, right?
Nezrin and Sartak are both mortal. Kale is mortal. Dorian is mortal.
And that Dorian could.
Irene is mortal.
Even though Dorian can do powerful things, he's mortal.
Mm-hmm.
So how are him and Manon gonna live happily ever after?
That's the question, isn't it?
I can't do it. Yeah.
And you wanted some major character death.
No, I don't think Dorian will die. Dorian will die because you need somebody to rule Rithold.
Otterlin,
Rithold, whatever. Nezra and Sardak will die. They're gonna live happily ever in the south. The south. Okay. If I had to kill some of the main characters.
You had to kill some of the main characters.
I feel like
Kale has had too many close calls. He's gonna make it to the end.
No, he will because he has Irene with him. If he wasn't attached to Irene, I would have been like, yeah. Maybe Adian dies. I don't think Lysandra. Ooh, what if Lysandra dies? Oh my god. Maybe Adian.
That would be a major character, though, wouldn't
it? Yeah, Adian or Lysandra. Maybe.
Like, what form would she die in, though? Like a sea serpent, leopard?
I don't know. That's the thing. She's so many different things.
I still crack up. My favorite scene still hasn't changed. Like, yes, badass that she was like killing all the wyverns, the sea ravens. But my favorite scene is like, I guess at the end of Queen of Shadows when they were fighting all the vlog and she was in the snow leopard form and she was just biting people, and then she transformed back into like her normal form, and then just immediately threw up.
Oh yeah, she does.
On Lorcan.
No, and my favorite.
And she's just like, I am so sorry.
My favorite thing too is when, Manon's in bed. And then the Bloodhound is there acting as Fenris, and she immediately is like, nope, and everybody's like, what? She's just like, nope, and then she's mad, like, how did y'all not smell him? Like, I knew it right away. And she was just like, nope, stop it, like, get away from me. Like, I was just like, really, how did y'all not? And then Fenris is like, yeah, I'm right here. I'm up here. Like, hey, that's not me. Stupid.
Yeah, we didn't even talk about that battle because that was the battle that she showed up. Like, no, sorry.
No, when she showed up.
We didn't talk about that battle. That was the battle that she fought in after they unchained her and she was like gets up to the top and she's all pissed off.
Yeah.
Beefing with people.
And I just like when I like when Abraxas shows up with her and everybody's like ready to like kill it.
Oh yeah, they're immediately like, oh shit.
And Dorian's like, no! And it's like, there it is. Oh, my other favorite part is when, because there's like random comical moments. So like when Fenris is like dying, he's like, ee. And Aelin's trying to heal him, but there's like a elk can get away, and Rowan's like trying to shoot it, and they're like $10 he misses, 100 he will. Remember? You remember that part? I was like, they're fucking retarded.
Yeah.
They're so stupid. Like they're trying to shoot it, and he's like, I would get it, and they're like, oh, it's like a speck away. Like no, all you can see is like this little speck, and they're like, and Lysandra's like, do I need to go get it, or y'all? Who's gonna get it?
Yeah.
And Rowan just like walks over and he's about to shoot the arrow, and Fenris is literally dying, and Adian is like hurt, and the dad is hurt, or his dad is hurt, and everybody's like just dying and mangled, and they're just cracking jokes like $10 he won't hit it. I'll buy you drinks if he does, and he's just like, I hate all of you, and he ends up hitting it, which I was just like, way to go. Of course he does.
Well, yeah, of course.
And I was just like, y'all are so stupid. Like, hello. I was just cracking up. I was like, really? We're taking bets and you're dying.
Ewan's like, let me just pull in my water magic. Give me a second.
Yeah. And like, $10 you won't hit it. I was cracking. Because like, that's something we would say. Like, you ain't going to get it. I'm dying. Okay, so if we were in this book, who are you and Steven? And who are me and Tim? Like, which couple are y'all?
I always identify with Manon, but I don't think Steven's Dorian.
Does he have Dorian aspects though?
He doesn't have black hair.
No, I'm not talking about looks, like just personality. Like, no.
I mean, he's a stubborn ass.
You identify with Manon? Really? Because of the animal? No, you like her, but who are you in the book? Like, if you are one of those characters, whose decisions are you like, that's the decisions I would make?
Manon.
Really?
Yeah. I'm not like super secretive or anything, and if somebody was like, hey, you gotta go kill Veronica, I'd be like, bitch.
Who am I then?
Mm-hmm.
Who do you think I would be more like? I don't know.
Lysandra?
I probably would. Just do my own thing.
Just out there hoeing.
Yeah. Pretty much. Got a kid somewhere. Yeah.
Got a kid somewhere.
Got a kid somewhere. I think you would be Nezrin. Because you're just doing your own thing.
Not in the Southern Continent.
Like, yeah. Like, you're just like, I'm here with this idiot. Like, yeah.
Is Kale the idiot?
Yeah. You're like, I'm just here with this idiot. I don't even want to be here. I got sucked into this. My true love is over there flying on things with the family. You can sing. There you go.
I cannot sing. I would not be a bard.
So it's a hot mess. What else do we need to talk about?
Would you think. Do you agree that you would be Lysandra, or do you think you'd be somebody else?
I think I'd be Astrid. Be a good number 2.
See, that's why we'd be Manon and Astrid.
I'm always the number 2, just like in Superstore. I am Dina. You are America Ferrera.
Like that. Like I was.
You're America Ferrera because Steven is because she's like Steven is totally a Jonah.
That's true.
And Tim is definitely a Garrett.
Are we done? Anything else to talk about?
I can't think. We're gonna look up the spooky books. I think we went over this. Like this tandem was a lot.
It was a lot.
We covered all the main bits.
So I just think it's funny how on our last video for Bestie Book Chat, we were like, we'll see you in 2 weeks. And that was 6 weeks ago.
Yeah. Was it?
Yes.
Time flies when you have to actually work, y'all.
Yes, we haven't sat down and done an episode together since July.
So I think we need to set up to where I can film from my house and you can film from your house and we see each other.
We could do that.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because
do you have a good microphone?
I have these. I have them at work. I can just bring them home and use them and say I'm using them for work stuff.
I mean, we could do something like that.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't come hang out with me.
It's not even that. It's just like our schedules are off. Like I'm only here today, and then you're leaving at 4:30 to go to a birthday party, and I'm going to play bingo tonight with the whole family. There's like 9 of us going.
Well, it's because like in my spare time, I pretend to be a photographer.
And you take a lot of good photos, though. Like I don't like. It's off the chain. Pop in your Instagram. Follow her Instagram, y'all. The longest tandem reading. We're never tandem reading again. Like it's just.
I
appreciate
read all the
it.
time. I read 6 books at a time. You're the one who can't juggle that. Like the books that I'm like actively reading according to my Goodreads is closer to 12. But like I'm not like.
Oh, I've been reading Babel and Icebreaker for like 6 months. I don't want to DNF them though. Because I liked Babel, but it's so much.
It's a lot.
And Icebreaker, the girl got annoying. She got annoying.
I feel like the book plateaus and.
Yeah, I think I'm in the plateau part because I just really want to throw it out the window.
Reading.
September, the rest of September and the beginning of October is Empire. What is it called? Empire of Ash? Kingdom of Ash.
Kingdom of Ash.
And then we'll go into Swordcatcher because you're reading Swordcatcher, damn it.
Okay, but what about all the witchy reads?
We'll read those in between.
Okay.
And then, just like we'll throw in some Ice Planet Barbarians in there too. And then we'll read Iron Flame. And then we don't have anything for December yet. That's like the major books. We got little books we'll throw in there, but major books.
You need to read the next SJM universe stuff too. So
I have to buy them first.
This has been Bestie Book Chat. Thank you for watching. If you've made it this far, please remember to like and subscribe and then leave a castle in the comments. Thanks, everyone.
Bye.